Good morning, Americans. I'm David Woods.
And I'm Kayleigh Page, and today is August 23rd, 2024.
Again, good morning, y'all. Now, before we dive in, let's take a moment to thank the good Lord for this platform and for our viewers. We're here because we believe in America, where freedom of speech still matters. So let's get started with the headlines.
Yes, let's start with the Democratic Convention. The Democratic National Convention wrapped up yesterday with Kamala Harris officially accepting her party's nomination for president, the first Black and South Asian woman to be nominated by a major party. Harris took the stage praising Joe Biden while going after President Trump. Harris focused heavily on race and social justice while ignoring the border crisis and economic instability.
Yeah, it's definitely telling, Kayleigh. Well, they paraded celebrities like Oprah and Barack Obama. Trump and Senator J.D. Vance were on the ground at the southern border, addressing the real crisis this administration has ignored. The choice couldn't be clearer for Americans: chaos or order, sovereignty or open borders.
The contrasts are stark. But make no mistake, Kamala Harris is gearing up for a tough battle. She's leaning into identity politics for her playbook. We'll be watching closely as both campaigns ramp up.
Yes, we most certainly will. Now let's shift gears to the economy. The CBO Volatility Index is hinting at potential turbulence ahead as markets are reaching to upcoming job data. We're still dealing with the aftermath of high inflation, even if food prices are slowly down somewhat, but the American worker and small businesses are still getting squeezed.
That is right, David. Inflation may have eased compared to the past couple of years, but prices are still sky high compared to pre-2020 levels. While the Biden administration pats itself on the back, everyday Americans are still struggling with the rising cost of groceries and gas. There is no magic fix. Real solutions require real leadership. And that is why food prices are still a major concern for Americans. While inflation has cooled slightly, grocery bills remain up about 20% from 4 years ago. Supply chain issues, global conflicts, and rising production costs are keeping prices high. And while big corporations are trying to protect their profits, consumers are left paying more at the checkout.
And that's just a real shame. That's why families are stretching every dollar. Politicians in DC are more concerned about identity politics and overseas agendas. We need to bring our focus back to policies that prioritize American workers and families first. It is just a sad time. But there is some more positive news. Later today at 1 p.m., Robert Kennedy Jr. is set to address the nation. Now, rumors are swirling about possibly dropping out and endorsing Donald Trump. Yes, you heard that right. This could be a game changer given RFK Jr.'s influence on independent and moderate voters. We'll bring you more on this as it develops.
Yes, RFK Jr. has been critical of the political establishment on both sides. And an endorsement of Trump would be a major shakeup. We'll be watching closely today because I want to see what he has to say. I'm sure you do as well.
Oh, yes, myself and the rest of the nation is curious to what Robert Kennedy Jr. has to say today. Is he dropping out of the race? If he does, is he going to endorse Donald Trump? Is he going to be a part of Trump's team? We'll find out.
And I would love to see him join Donald Trump's team if he does drop out and offers an endorsement. The more great minds that we can have in Washington, the faster we can get out of this mess and we can restart to Get back to the American dream, the American ways, and we all can get out of debt. I mean, we really need strength in Washington right now, which is going to bring us to our next story. The Houthis attack in the Red Sea. Over in the Middle East, tensions continue to rise. The Houthi rebels have attacked a cargo ship carrying oil in the Red Sea, further escalating the conflict. This could have serious implications for global energy markets and region stability.
Yeah, that is for sure. And that's why we need strong leadership, not only here in America, but on the world stage. Not the weak, apologetic posture we've seen from this administration. America's enemies only understand strength. And I do. I believe Donald Trump is the type of person that other world leaders fear. And you want that in the White House. You want your enemies to have a little bit of fear. And, it is what it is. We're going to move on. What about those election poll numbers? Looking at the latest polls, Trump does continue to lead Harris by a growing margin, with independent voters swinging heavily towards Trump. Americans are tired of the chaos and are demanding a return back to common sense and security. I couldn't disagree with you there, but these numbers are fluid. One thing is clear, though.
Yes, these numbers are fluid. But one thing's clear. This election will be a defining moment for our country. Stay tuned. We'll be tracking these trends as we approach November. It should definitely be an exciting race to watch. And I can't wait for the debate. Now, we are going to go ahead and shift away from the politics and the news and go over to Major League Baseball scores with David.
Oh, yeah, here's some positives. Let's go ahead and jump into those baseball scores from yesterday. The Yankees blanked the Guardians 6-0 as Garrett Cole picks up his 5th win. The Rockies fall to the Nationals. Patrick Corbin getting the win. Cal Quantrill picks up the loss. Then you had the Cardinals blanking the Brewers 3-0 as Andrew Kittredge picks up his 2nd win of the year. And Nick Mears is charged with the loss. Ryan Helsley of the Cardinals picks up his 39th save of the season. And then you had the Cubs pouncing on the Tigers 10-2. Justin Steele moves to 4-5. Kenta Maeda moves to 2-6. And Miguel Amaya hit a grand slam yesterday for the Cubs. You also had Oakland beating Tampa 3-1. As Jeffrey Springs falls to 1-2, and Bido moves to 5-3. Mason Miller does pick up his 20th save of the year. And then also we had another shutout as Paul Skeens, the rookie, moves to 8-2 with a 2.16 earned run average as he shut out the Reds 7-0. Pirates have a phenomenal rookie pitcher on their hands. Then you had the Dodgers playing the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays come away with that game 5-3. Ryan Yarbrough moves to 1-0. And the Astros traveled to Baltimore, and we have, again, another shutout. 6-0 Astros take care of the Orioles as Corbin Burns drops to 12-6. And Spencer Arrighetti moves to 6-11. One of the better games of the night was the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Down there in Atlanta at Truist Field, they come away with the win 3-2. Spencer Schwelleback moves to 5-6, and Christopher Sanchez drops to 9-9. You also had the San Diego Padres hosting the New York Mets. The Mets came into town and picked up the win 8-3 as Luis Severino moves to 9-6, and Dylan Cease drops 12-10.
Yes, David, there was quite a few shutouts. Also in sports, the NFL had a few games last night, and few other teams will be finishing up their third and final preseason game before gearing up for the regular season. The games that count. And while preseason doesn't seem to hold the same level of importance it once did, with multiple squads barely playing any of their projected starters through pre-contest, roster decisions are still being made, including some of the most important ones. I would say by Monday night, we should know who the quarterback is for the New England Patriots, head coach Gerard Mayo told reporters this week. Sunday night game is always hard to really crank through the film, especially on the road. But I think Monday, Tuesday, we probably should know who the quarterback is. But it remains on the line of the final weekend of preseason commences.
Yeah, things have changed quite a bit. A lot of the starters you don't get to see in those preseason games. Them having that extra season in the regular season, you want to keep the bodies healthy. But yeah, there were some good games last night, and my Chicago Bears went 3-0 as they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, last year's Super Bowl champions. I know it's preseason, guys. I know it's preseason, but they went 34-21 over the Chiefs. They're 3-0, so I'm excited. Also, you had the Colts beating the Bengals 27-14.
I will say, David, your Chicago Bears did look really good in the preseason. And I hope they do have a good season. I can't wait to see what Caleb Williams can do. He's looked very promising in the few snaps that we've seen him in the preseason. But let's move over to our final segment of the day. For you all that like arts and culture, the Burning Man Festival starts August 25th. This year's event promises to be as electric and creative as ever. While it's not everyone's cup of tea, it's a unique tradition that's grown over the years.
Unique. It's an interesting word to use. No, it has definitely been a tradition that's grown. It's just not my scene. But it's America's freedom of expression, right? We'll keep you posted of any major news from the event.
Exactly, David. It's expression of freedom.
That it is. Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. Thank you all for tuning in to The Unfiltered Truth. We're here every weekday at 6 a.m. bringing you the news from a patriotic and honest perspective.
Yes, and remember, America is still the greatest country on earth. And together, we can keep it that way. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date and join us as we bring you these updates and news. Comment below also with your thoughts and where are you tuning in from. We'd love to know.
All right, hey, and again, we do appreciate it. This is our 3rd episode. God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. Until Monday, stay strong and stay free.
But I do what thing is right. Can't handle you on my worst days. I lost too much, that's why I don't celebrate my birthdays. I lost too much, that's why I've been falling the earthquakes. I lost too much.